Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here with my monthly favorites. I'm planning and I'm trying my level best to show my monthly favorites to you regularly. So let's straight away dive into it and see what all I have been loving and obsessing over. So the first thing which I have been loving and obsessing over is this L'Oreal Hydra Fresh Anti-Shine Moisturizer. Now this is how it is. Now if you remember, I showed this moisturizer in a lot of my other videos also. But this comes in two variants. One is for oily skin and one is for drier skin. So the one which I have already used before was for drier skin people, but I personally love that one also. And this is for the oily skin people who doesn't like a lot of sticky or creasiness on their face. So I am definitely loving this. Like, the first thing I would just like to mention about this moisturizer, when you apply this, you really feel cooler on your face. And it works so well and sinks into your skin and you look really fresh. Definitely it has to be my favorite, because apart from my other moisturizers, this one has to be there, because I have been wearing this moisturizer every day. Like today also I'm wearing it. Okay, so next is another favorite, which is a new purchase which I have been using past 1 month, is Lemon and Chamomile Hand and Foot Cream by Nature's Bath and Body. This is another amazing foot cream. Now if you have already seen my whole video, there also I showed this product and talked about it, and I'm using this with the combination of another product which I'm using it on my foot, and after doing that particular step I use this and it really works well. And wholly solely also it is really working well for my foot, and I am really loving it. Like, my feet are really happy. They're really happy with me because I'm taking care of them. After mother, I think your body or your skin feels very neglected, so you really have to take care of your skin. Don't give a reason to yourself that you're busy. You will be busy once you're a mother, but you have to give some time to yourself. Okay, saying that, let's move on to the next product. Is this Papaya peeling mask. It's not a mask basically, it's just like a exfoliator, but it's a different kind of an exfoliator, I would say. Like, if you scrub, instead of scrub, you can use this also. What it does basically, it is just a peeling. Like, you take a little bit, apply it on your skin, just massage it for 30 seconds, you'll see a dead skin actually coming out of your skin. So that's really good. And people who are into a lot of makeup or go out, get tan, this is lifesaver. Like, from the time I have bought this, I am been using it regularly. And have I seen a change in my skin? Yes, I have, because in between I stopped taking care of my skin, because the thing which I told you, I was giving that reason to myself that I'm busy and I'm not getting time. But then one day I just saw myself in the mirror and I was like, what am I doing to myself? And why? Like, is the reason which I'm giving it to myself is really the reason, or I really don't want to take out time? So from that day I started taking out time and taking care of my skin the way I used to, and I am happy. So this is another product which has really added that nice factor to my skin. Okay, so next let's jump on to another interesting product which I've purchased, and I don't think so I have shown it to you in any of my hauls, because I couldn't, because the day I received it and next day I used it and then it was open and I forgot to show you. But from that day I have been using this quite often in my makeup routine. Is the Colorbar Skin Spotlight Illuminating Lotion. Now, I always wanted to own one of the illuminating lotions, but I have checked this Colorbar one in one of the stores and I really liked it. It has a little pink tint to it and it opens like this, and then just palm. This is how it is, and it has a little pink tint. Now I don't know, see, it has a little reflex of pink. You can see it on my camera. It shows the pink thing, and then it will just blend into your skin and it will give you that instant, that this glowy thing. So basically under your makeup you can use it. It will really look good. So it really works well for me nowadays, because I don't do a lot of foundation routine on my face. So what I do, I use this primer, powder my face, and done. So it really gives me that glowy finish to my face, because I just like it like that nowadays. So this is being really good, and it is on a little pricier side, but it's okay. I think one-time investment is still okay for these kind of products. Okay, let's jump on to some other things which I've been using. First, I'll show you the two foundations which I've been wearing continuously from the time I have bought it. Now, one was the new purchase, but it's not quite new now. It's very old. Is the Makeup Revolution stick foundation in the shade F10. Now, I have F9 also, which I am not quite happy with. So, I use F10. And this is a right match for me, and you can see I have already been using it and obsessing over it, and you know it's going to get over, I feel. But this is one of the most favorite stick foundations I have used till date. I was not a big fan of Colorbar stick foundation, but this one is definitely bomb degree. I will highly recommend you can go for this. This is how it is, and this is how the foundation comes out. So this is another favorite. Let's move on to another foundation which I've been wearing, and I forgot totally about it. But since I've taken all my makeup out and now, so I'm seeing everything in front of my eyes and I'm wearing everything now. So this is my Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation in the shade Amber Beige. Now I have one more shade in it. So earlier what I used to do, I used to mix and use. But specifically in winters, I don't mix my two foundations, because what happens, I don't match my shade. I rather wear a darker shade, because in winters my skin tone goes one shade lighter, so my foundation shades, all the shades go wrong for me. So that is why I always buy a foundation which is darker than my skin, but in winters that also shows a little lighter, I feel. So this is like the apt shade for me, and I love wearing this foundation. Like it's a very lightweight foundation, and it's good for evening, morning, anytime. So this is another thing which I am been using a lot. Okay, I'll show you two brushes which I have been in love, and I think I cannot live without these two brushes. First is my powder blush brush. Now this is a huge brush, very fluffy. And this is like the second piece I have, and I've already ordered the third piece. Like, I cannot go without this brush. This is like the brush for me. The way it picks up the powder blush is bomb. Like, I've never felt like I should try another brush for my blush or my powder, because this really does. Like, it's enough, right amount of fluffiness, and over the period of time, I think the fluffiness goes a little more wider. So for the powder and for the blush, for my face, this really works well. And the second brush is from BH Cosmetics, brush number 14. This is how it is. This is another favorite brush of mine for my highlight. Like, after my Real Technique brush, I think this is the brush which I love for my highlight, and I will continue using this only for my highlight now, because I just love the way it picks up the highlight. Like, you just have to touch the highlight and it just applies like flawlessly. So this is another brush which I have been using and loving, and I think these two brushes which I showed you are the bomb brushes, and if you can buy them, just buy them. You will definitely not regret buying them. Okay, so let's move on to some bronzer. Now, you know I'm a bronzer girl. I keep buying bronzers and keep liking bronzers, and I don't know how many bronzers I've tried. But this one was sent by Antariksha to me. This is the Australis Bronzing Powder. Now today also I'm wearing it a little bit, not too much, because I was just filming my monthly favorites. I like, let's not do too much of makeup because I don't want to go anywhere. So this is how the Australis bronzer looks like, and this is how it is. It has a little shiny effect in it, as in it has a little shimmer, but that shimmer doesn't show up that much. Like, I've used only this bronzer today, so you can see I've used it on my forehead, my jawline, all that, but then it's a very nice subtle bronzer. Like, it in the pan it may look it darker, but then for me it works the perfect bronzer. So I'm using this also a lot. Like, there's no end to it. Bronzers, like, I just have to try a new one. Okay, next is another powder which I've been trying and using past 1 month. From the time this is not 1 month, it's quite old, I think. I don't remember because we post so many videos and we don't remember when did we buy this. But then it is a quite oldie goodie, like it's almost 1.5 months, not less than that. This is the L'Oreal True Match powder in the shade. Okay, it was about to drop. In this shade, I don't know what shade it is. I really don't know what shade it is. I think it is Sand Rose or something like that. So yeah, it is golden sand, and the powder pan is like this, and then you open the powder, and this is how the powder is, and then you open it and you get a huge mirror. So that's a good thing. And the powder itself is very mild, like I'll show you. It will just blend into your skin. See, it will not show up on your skin. So today also I'm using this particular powder. Like I thought, let me just keep using the same powder and try it if it is like really the powder. But I really like it after my Matte Magique one, and I'm not getting my shade in Matte Magique anymore on Nykaa or any other site. I don't know what happened, why they removed that shade. I'm requesting Nykaa, please get the shade G7. That's like one of the universal shades, like a lot of people use it. So please get that shade back on your site. I don't know why it is not there. Okay, let's move on to another concealer which I'm obsessing over, is a Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C10. And this is how the doe foot applicator is. It's very thick. I think very little product goes a long way, and the consistency of it is really good. It blends really quick, and I didn't had any issue using this particular concealer, and I really like it. Like I will be definitely backing up myself with this particular concealer, and I will be buying a bigger tube. But this is, I think, the ideal size. Like if you like, sometimes product dries up also if you're not a regular user of concealer, so you can go for this size, but they have launched a bigger size also. So definitely I'll be buying the bigger size later, but this is another favorite which I am been using. Okay, next are the 3 highlighters. Now, I never thought like I will be so much into highlights, but I am so much, too much, like much in highlights. Okay, this highlight I'm going to show you first is by Colourpop in the shade Churro, and I don't see it anymore on Colourpop. I've been searching for this shade. I don't know why they don't have it, or maybe it's out of stock, or it will never come back. It's the gone by Colourpop stuff. So this is how the highlighter is, and you can see I am digging into it. Today also I'm wearing it on my eyelids, then I'm wearing at my higher points. So basically when I'm wearing this highlighter, it's like I feel my skin light. Secondly, I use this highlighter all over. Like I use it on my face, like here, and then same highlighter I will just apply it on my eyelids, powder it, and done. I don't go to an eyeshadow palette if I'm touching this highlighter first, because I feel this highlighter itself is enough to give you that glittery effect on your eyes. Like you can see, it's already on my eyes. I'm just wearing this glitter, nothing else, and an eyeliner. That's it. So most of the times I end up wearing this highlighter only. Sorry guys, in between my phone rang, so let's continue. So this is a highlighter by Colourpop, as I've already told you. So I'll give you a live swatch now. So this is the shade Churro. This is very intense and very subtle also at the same time. Like if you use it in the right amount, you can go for a very subtle highlight, but you can even go for an intenser highlight. Like today I'm wearing it and it's really good. Like it's like skin like highlighter. That is why this is one of my favorites, and it's no more on Colourpop site. I've never seen this shade. Whenever I place an order for Colourpop, I look for this shade, but I never get this. And I think the lighting has gone really bad because it's becoming rainy now. This weather is very dull. That is why the lighting has gone off. Sorry for that. Okay, let's move on to another highlighter which I am in love with. Is another highlighter by Colourpop called the Flexitarian. This is how it is. You can see I have been digging into this highlighter, and you just need a little, and little goes a long way. Like I don't think so I have to ever repurchase this one. This is how the Flexitarian looks like. Like it's very intense, but I feel it doesn't go well on my skin or like on my high points of my face, but it goes well on my brow bone area, my nose. Like, I'll just give you, see, this is like, I've already swatched and that was like leftover, and you can see the amount of shine I'm getting on my nose. So this is this kind of a highlighter, and I use it on my inner corners of my eyes. So this is like the highlighter for my inner corners of my eyes. I just use this one and I'm done. So this is another favorite of mine. Next is another highlighter which I'm obsessing over from the time I bought it and I tried it on my face, is Maybelline Master Chrome by Face Studio, the Molten Rose Gold shade. This is how the highlighter is, and I'm going to give you one swatch on the hands only. This is how the rose gold one looks like. Now it is a proper rose gold, but if you ask me personally, when I apply it on my face, it resembles more of a champagne rose gold shade. So it is very intense, but it will really complement most of the Indian skin tone. So Bomb Diggity, you should definitely put your hands on at least one shade. I have both, but I have been wearing this only, so that's why this is one of my favorites. Okay, let's move on to some eyeshadow. Now there are only two palettes. Like, I have been trying a lot of eyeshadow palettes, but these are the two palettes I think I have used the most past 1 month on myself, on my friends. So this is one of the oldest and very nice eyeshadow palette I purchased, was Makeup Revolution Neutral versus Neutrals palette. Now this is, a lot of people say it's a dupe to Modern Renaissance. So this is how it is, and you can see I have been playing around with this palette, and specifically all the mattes are like being used up, and I love this palette as a whole, and it is one of the best purchases I've done in eyeshadow palette. Like, it's one of my good palettes, and 10 on 10, you can definitely go ahead and buy this palette. So I've been using this palette a lot past 1.5 months, and I continue using it. Next is one of my, not very oldie, but one of my recent purchases only, is the Perception palette by Colourpop, Shayla and Colourpop collaboration. So this is how the palette looks like. As you can see, I have been digging into this palette also, and mostly I'll tell you which are the shades which I have been obsessing over and over again. Is this particular blue shade, then I've been obsessing over this blue, then all the 4 mattes, like all this corner shade leaving, this and this, all the 4 mattes I use it like all the time. I do my eye look, all the 4 mattes I end up using, and this particular blue I'm obsessing over, this blue obsessing over. So basically I have been using this palette quite a lot and trying to play around more and more with this palette and trying new looks, new shades. So definitely Bomb Diggity, highly recommend. If you want to buy one palette from Colourpop, I think at the moment you can definitely buy this one and you'll be happy. Let's just jump on to the lip shades and wind it up. Okay, so I have been wearing these 4 lip shades a lot, and 2 of them I'm wearing currently. Why? How to? I love mixing shades nowadays. I'm like obsessing over this particular technique of mixing shades. So the first shade which I'm wearing is by Nykaa, is the shade Cleopatra, the Ultra Matte range. Now if you know, Nykaa launched their Ultra Matte range quite a long time back, and I bought some shades out of them, and this is one of my favorites, and I'll give you one swatch. This is the shade Cleopatra. This is more of a wine shade, but it's a very beautiful shade. Next is the shade Ghosted by Colourpop in the Luxe Lipstick range. So what I did today, I mixed both of them and wearing it. So this is the shade Ghosted. Amazing nudish pinky shade which has a little hint of peach. Another lip shade which I'm wearing from Colourpop liquid lipstick is Frickin' Frack. Not today, but I love wearing this shade a lot. Good for all seasons, I feel, if you're looking for a nude brown pinky shade. This is the shade called Frickin' Frack. This is how it comes. Okay, and last is the lip gloss, which I've been wearing with all my lipsticks, and today also I'm wearing it, is the shade Drippin'. Now this was another collaboration with Shayla only. When she launched her Perception palette, she launched this gloss also. No, not with this particular collaboration. The next collaboration which she did, in which she launched 3 lipsticks, out of which I bought 2. One is Season 10 and this gloss. So this is the gloss. See, so this is like a really nice non-sticky, non-heavy gloss. Like, I really like the consistency and the quality of this gloss. So yeah, these were my monthly favorites. I hope you loved watching. Consider subscribing if you really loved watching, and it will really mean a lot to me. So take care of yourself and bye bye.